Ultra-processed foods are industrial creations, made mostly from substances extracted from foods, like fats, starches, sugars. They also have additives like artificial flavors and colors. Think of a brightly colored, fruit-flavored gummy snack. It does not look like a real fruit. It was made in a factory. Another example is a crunchy, cheese-dusted chip that can sit in a bag for months. These foods are not just cooked, they are assembled. They are designed to be cheap, convenient, and very tasty. They often come in packages with long ingredient lists. This essay is not here to make you feel bad. It is here to share what we know. We want to look at the evidence. Science has been studying these foods for years. We will look at what researchers have found. We will talk about how these foods are made and why they are so hard to stop eating. Our goal is to give you information. This information can help you make choices that feel right for you. We will not use fear or complicated words. We will use simple facts to help you understand your food a little better. The idea of ultra-processed food comes from a system called NOVA. This system was created by scientists in Brazil. They wanted a better way to classify foods. Instead of just looking at nutrients like fat or sugar, they looked at how much a food has been changed from its natural state. This helps us see a bigger picture. It helps us understand that a whole apple is very different from a packaged apple-flavored bar and a packaged apple-flavored bar, even if they have the same number of calories. This way of thinking helps us focus on food quality, not just numbers. Our journey will be a calm one. We will explore the truth about these foods. We will look at how they are made. It is important to know that not all processing is the same. Many foods we eat are processed in some way. This is not always a bad thing. Minimally processed foods are simple and close to whole foods. Pre-cut vegetables, roasted nuts, a bag of washed lettuce. These remain recognizable and convenient. You can still easily tell what they were before packaging. Think of it as something you could do in your own kitchen, but someone else did it for you. Processed foods take it one step further. Canned tuna, simple bread cheese. Ingredients have been added, small list. Salt, sugar, oil. The main purpose is often to preserve the food or to make it taste better. For example, canning vegetables with salt helps them last longer. Making milk into cheese changes its form and shelf life. These foods are usually made from a few simple ingredients. You could likely make them at home if you had the time and the right recipe. Ultra-processed foods are in a different category altogether. They are industrial formulations. These products often start with substances broken down from foods, like high-fructose corn syrup protein isolates hydrogenated oils. Then, manufacturers add things you would not find in a home kitchen. Emulsifiers, thickeners, artificial flavors. The goal is to create a product that is highly profitable, has a very long shelf life, and is extremely appealing to our senses. The main difference is the process and the purpose. Simple processing makes food edible, safe, or longer lasting. Think of pasteurizing milk to make it safe to drink. Ultra-processing, however, often breaks food down into its basic components and builds it back up into something new. The original food is often unrecognizable. A potato is visible in a French fry. A potato is not so visible in a potato-based extruded snack chip that is shaped like a cartoon character. This is the key distinction to understand as we explore their impact. This is about understanding the story of our food. Ultra-processed foods are not just made, they are engineered. Food scientists work hard to make them irresistible. They focus on creating a perfect bliss point, the exact amount of sugar, salt, fat that makes a food as enjoyable as possible. This combination triggers the reward centers in our brain. It makes us feel good when we eat it. This feeling makes us want to eat more and more. It is a powerful cycle that is very difficult to break. This is not an accident. It is the result of careful design. Texture is another key part of the design. Think about the satisfying crunch of a chip, or the way ice cream melts perfectly in your mouth. These textures are not natural. They are created using industrial ingredients and techniques. Emulsifiers create a smooth feel. Gums can add thickness. Extrusion, a process that uses high heat and pressure, can create light textures, airy textures, crunchy textures. This focus on mouthfeel makes the eating experience more exciting and memorable, encouraging you to come back for more. Shelf life is also a major goal. For a food product to be profitable, it needs to be able to sit on a store shelf or in a warehouse for a long time without spoiling. This is achieved by removing water, adding preservatives. Hydrogenated oils, for example, are less likely to go bad than natural fats. The packaging is also part of this system. Airtight bags, special containers keep the product fresh and crunchy for months. This convenience is a big selling point, but it comes from a process that moves food far away from its natural state. Finally, a key goal is to make these foods very easy to eat. Ultra-processed foods often require very little chewing. They are soft and dissolve quickly. This is sometimes called vanishing caloric density. Your brain does not get the same signals of fullness that it would from a food that requires more work to eat, like an apple or carrot. You can eat a large amount very quickly without feeling satisfied. All these factors, the bliss point, the engineered texture, the long shelf life, and the ease of eating, work together to create a product designed to be overconsumed. When we eat ultra-processed foods often, it can affect our heart health. Many of these foods are high in salt, unhealthy fats, and sugar. Too much salt can lead to high blood pressure. This puts extra strain on our heart and blood vessels over time. A large study published in the BMJ in 2019 followed over 100,000 adults. It found that people who ate more ultra-processed foods had a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. The combination of ingredients seems to work together in a way that is not good for our hearts in the long run. Our brains are also affected by what we eat. The brain uses a lot of energy. It needs good fuel to work well. A diet high in ultra-processed foods might be linked to changes in brain health. Some research suggests a connection between these foods and a higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. A 2022 study presented at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference found that a high intake of ultra-processed foods was linked to a faster rate of mental decline. The exact reasons are still being studied, but it may be related to inflammation or lack of important brain protective nutrients. Furthermore, the way these foods are designed can impact our relationship with food. The intense flavors and textures can change our expectations. Whole foods like fruits, vegetables might start to seem boring or bland in comparison. This can make it harder to enjoy simpler, more nourishing meals. The reward system in our brain can become conditioned to expect the intense hit from ultra-processed snacks. This can create a cycle of craving and consumption that feels like an addiction for some people, though scientists are still debating the use of that term. It is the whole package of ultra-processed foods that seems to cause issues. It is not just one ingredient. It is the combination of high levels of salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Our gut is home to trillions of tiny organisms. This community is called the gut microbiome. These microbes are very important for our health. They help digest food, they make vitamins, they support our immune system. A healthy gut has a diverse community of different types of microbes. They thrive on fiber, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. Fiber is the food for our good gut bacteria. They break it down and create beneficial compounds for our body. Ultra-processed foods can change this delicate balance. These foods are typically very low in fiber. When we eat a diet high in them, we are essentially starving our good gut microbes. They do not have the food they need to flourish. This can lead to a less diverse microbiome. A less diverse gut is linked to many health problems. It can weaken our gut lining. It can affect our immune system. It is like having a garden with only one or two types of plants instead of a rich, varied ecosystem. On top of being low in fiber, ultra-processed foods contain additives that may directly affect the gut. Some emulsifiers are used to improve texture. They help mix oil with water. These additives have been studied for their effects. This might lead to inflammation and change the composition of the gut bacteria. While more research is needed in humans, these initial findings point to another way these foods could be impacting our internal environment. The changes in our gut can have effects throughout the body. An unhealthy gut microbiome is linked to inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a known risk factor for many diseases, including heart disease. Diabetes. The gut and the brain are also closely connected. This is called the gut-brain axis. An imbalanced gut can send signals to the brain that may affect our mood and mental health. So, taking care of our gut by feeding it a variety of whole foods is a powerful way to support our overall well-being. And it is the way these foods displace healthier whole foods from our diet. When we fill up on chips and soda, there is less room for the fruits, vegetables, and whole grains that our heart and brain need to thrive. The overall dietary pattern seems to matter more than any single food. The connection between ultra-processed foods and weight gain is one of the most studied areas, and there is strong evidence showing a link. People who eat more ultra-processed foods tend to have higher rates of obesity. A landmark clinical trial from the National Institutes of Health in 2019 provided direct evidence. Researchers gave one group an ultra-processed diet. Another group received an unprocessed diet. Both groups could eat as much as they wanted. The ultra-processed group ate more calories. They gained weight. The unprocessed group lost weight. This happens for a few reasons we've already touched upon. These foods are designed to be easy to overeat. They are high in calories, they are low in fiber, they are low in protein, they're soft and easy to chew, so we eat them much faster. Our body doesn't have time to send the "I'm full" signal to our brain, so we consume more calories than we need without realizing it. It's not willpower, it's a feature of the food's design. Beyond obesity, diets high in ultra-processed foods are linked to higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is when the body doesn't use insulin properly. That leads to high blood sugar levels. Many ultra-processed foods have added sugars and refined carbohydrates. These can put a lot of stress on our metabolic system. A large French study, the Nutritional Santé cohort, found a clear pattern. For every 10% increase in ultra-processed foods in the diet, the risk of type 2 diabetes rose by 15%. Evidence points the same way for other chronic diseases. Large population studies link high ultra-processed intake to increased risk of cancer, to higher rates of depression, and to greater overall mortality. That means people who eat more of these foods tend to have shorter, less healthy lives. These are correlations, yes, but consistency across many studies and populations makes the connection compelling. The overall dietary pattern seems to matter more than any single food. We will explore how to spot these foods next. Learning to spot ultra-processed foods is a useful skill. A good place to start is the ingredient list. If the list is very long and full of words you do not recognize, it is likely an ultra-processed product. These are ingredients that you would not typically find in a home kitchen pantry. They are industrial substances used to make the food look, taste, and feel a certain way. A simple rule of thumb is, if your grandmother would not recognize it as food, it might be a clue. Look for different types of added sugars. Sugar is not just called sugar on labels. High fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltodextrin, fruit juice concentrate. These are all forms of sugar that add calories without much nutrition. Manufacturers often use several different types in one product. This allows them to put each one lower on the ingredient list, which is ordered by weight. This can make it seem like there is less sugar than there really is. Refined starches and flours are another sign. Modified cornstarch, wheat starch. They are stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients. Protein isolates are also common. Soy protein isolate, whey protein concentrate. These are proteins removed from their original food source. They are used to increase protein content, but they are not the same as whole foods. Being a glass of milk. Finally, keep an eye out for additives designed to create a specific experience. Monosodium glutamate yeast extract artificial flavors, natural flavors, soy lecithin polysorbate, 80, xanthan gum carrageenan. Seeing several of these ingredients in a single product is a very strong signal that you are looking at an ultra-processed food, a product of industry rather than a product of nature. Next, practical ways to reduce ultra-processed foods. Reducing ultra-processed foods does not mean you have to change everything overnight. Drastic changes are often hard to stick with. The best approach is to make small, gradual changes. Start by looking at your own eating habits. What ultra-processed foods do you eat most often? Maybe it is a sugary cereal for breakfast, a daily soda, or a packaged snack in the afternoon. Choose just one of these to focus on first. Trying to change everything at once can be overwhelming and lead to giving up. Once you have chosen one area, think of a simple swap. If you have a soda every day, try replacing it with sparkling water with a slice of lemon. If you eat a candy bar every afternoon, try having a piece of fruit and a handful of nuts instead. The goal is not to deprive yourself, but to replace the ultra-processed option with something that is less processed and more nourishing. Do this for a week or two until it becomes a habit. Then, you can choose another area to work on. Planning ahead can make a huge difference. Much of the appeal of ultra-processed foods is their convenience. They are there when we are hungry and short on time. You can fight this by having healthier options ready to go. Spend a little time on the weekend preparing snacks for the week. You could boil some eggs, cut up vegetables, or put nuts into small bags. Having these on hand makes it much easier to grab something healthy when hunger strikes, instead of reaching for a packaged snack. Think about your meals in a new way. Instead of starting with a packaged product, try to start with a whole food. For example, instead of a pre-made pasta sauce in a jar, which often has added sugar, you could make a simple sauce from canned tomatoes, garlic, and herbs. It does not have to be complicated. Cooking from scratch sounds intimidating, but it can be very simple. The goal is to shift the balance of your diet, meal by meal, towards foods that are closer to their natural state. Every small step in that direction is a victory for your health. Making healthier choices can be easy. Let's look at some simple swaps you can try today. For breakfast, many people eat sugary cereals. These are often ultra-processed. A great alternative is oatmeal. Use rolled oats, they cook quickly. Top with fresh fruit, top with nuts, top with a sprinkle of cinnamon. This gives you more fiber and control over sugar. Plain yogurt instead of fruit-flavored yogurt. Add fresh berries. Add a small drizzle of honey. For lunch, packaged sandwiches, processed lunch meats. Deli meats are often high in sodium and preservatives. Swap in leftover chicken, swap in roast beef, make egg salad, make tuna salad, use plain yogurt instead of mayonnaise, make a big batch of lentil soup, or make a big batch of bean soup. Have warm, filling lunches ready to go each day. Snack time. Many ultra-processed options appear. Instead of chips, try crunchy vegetable sticks with hummus. Make hummus at home with chickpeas. Or choose store-bought hummus. Instead of a granola bar, try a handful of almonds and a piece of dark chocolate. An apple with peanut butter is another classic snack. These whole food snacks provide energy, fiber, and nutrients. A single can of soda can contain a huge amount of sugar. The easiest swap is water. Infuse water with lemon, cucumber, or berries. Unsweetened iced tea, herbal tea. If you miss the fizz, try sparkling water. We have seen that ultra-processed foods are more than just food. They are industrial products designed to be cheap, convenient, and irresistible. Cheap, convenient, irresistible. The evidence is clear and growing, linked to poor health outcomes. Weight gain, heart disease, and unhealthy gut. They are engineered to encourage us to eat more than we need. They often displace the nourishing, whole foods that our bodies truly crave. This is not about blaming a single ingredient, but about understanding the effects of the entire package. However, this knowledge is not meant to cause fear or guilt. It is meant to empower. The modern food environment is challenging, and these products are everywhere. It is not realistic to expect to avoid them completely. The goal is not perfection, but progress. It is about shifting the balance on your plate. By making small, conscious choices, you can gradually move your diet away from ultra-processed items and towards more whole and minimally processed foods. It is a journey, not a race. The takeaway is one of balance and awareness. We can choose to eat with intention. This means thinking about where our food comes from and how it was made. It means reading labels, not to count every calorie, but to understand what we are putting into our bodies. It means rediscovering the joy of simple, real food that we cook ourselves. The power lies in knowing that every meal is an opportunity to nourish our bodies and support our long-term health. So, what is one clear action you can take right now? Look in your pantry or think about your next meal. Identify one ultra-processed food you eat regularly. It could be a soda, a packaged cookie, or a sugary yogurt. Then decide on a simple swap for it. Just one. Try it for a few days. See how you feel. This single small action is the first step. It is a vote for your own health, and it is how real, lasting change begins. Not with a diet, but with a decision. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another health and wellness episode from Mr. Evolution of London.